For classic rock, country music, facts, trivia, thank you for stopping by. Today's video is on Mr. Waylon Jennings and the CMA Awards, and how they have what you might call a complicated history. Let's just say it's complicated. Waylon Jennings and the Country Music Association have quite a history, and if you don't know about their colorful relationship, and are a fan of country music history, or even history in general, you really should. It's utterly fascinating, if nothing else. Waylon was nominated for 29 CMA Awards throughout his career and won 4 of them. Of course, being the true outlaw that he was, he never really cared if he won or lost anyway, which is what led to a lot of the friction between the two parties. In 1970, Waylon had his first real run-in with trouble in terms of the CMAs, which involved him leaving before his performance of his 1968 hit Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line, because he was told he would need to cut it short. As he recalled it in his 1988 autobiography, Waylon, an Autobiography, one year I was stormed out of the awards, and I didn't mind telling anyone who would listen why. It was Chris Christopherson's night. He was a shoo-in for several categories. I'd been scheduled to perform Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line. They said they were strapped for time, and they wanted me to cut the song to one verse and a chorus. I said, why don't I just dance across the stage and grin? Maybe do one line. That'll give you a lot of time. They told me not to get smart. Either I did it or I got out. They said, we don't need you. I decided that was true. I left. The beef was far from over. In 1975, Waylon was nominated for Entertainer of the Year, Male Vocalist of the Year, Song of the Year, Album of the Year, and won the award for Male Vocalist of the Year. But this time it was different because the CMA needed Waylon a lot more than he needed them. Pretty much as soon as Waylon walked into the show with his wife, Jessie Coulter, his manager, Neil Reshin, told him that Jessie didn't win anything, and as you might guess, Waylon was ready to leave. Jessie insisted that they stay, and Waylon explained his frustrations in an autobiography further. So much for secrecy. Nobody's supposed to know the awards before they open the envelope. How did the word get out? My heart went out to Jessie, and though my first instinct was to get the hell gone, I thought that maybe by staying I would raise some of the larger problems that face country music, such as its closed-mindedness and suspicion of change. And when he finally took the stage to accept the Male Vocalist of the Year award, he kept it very short and not too sweet, simply saying, thank you. They told me to be nice. I don't know what they meant by that. Thank you. Classic. Didn't end there. Later, Waylon was presented the Citation of Merit for his nomination for the Album of the Year while on his tour bus in some sort of ceremonial gesture. Not long after the show happened. When I handed him the piece of paper to sign his name, he left his signature and then some writing. F you. The guy who now owns the certificate shared even more about that story on Facebook a little over 10 years ago now, where he also revealed that Waylon apparently threw it on the floor after signing it, injected it into my veins, honestly. But if you think CMA had no response to this, think again. Waylon was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2001, and while doing some press around the event, the legendary outlaw told CMT that the associations at one point had told him he'd never get into the Hall of Fame, likely because of all the bad blood between the two over the years. It's comical to think of saying that to an icon like Waylon, but of course he couldn't give a rat's ass because that was never the goal he had. They told me years ago I'd never be in the Hall, which was all right with me. I think you need to play your music and do your best you can with that, and that's what you'll be remembered for. But again, Waylon did them one better. He didn't even go to the Hall of Fame induction dinner in his honor. Instead, sent his son, Buddy Jennings, to accept the honor on his behalf, saying, I let one of my sons go there and accept it. I think it meant something to my kids, and that's enough. He's truly one of the realest to ever do it. There's really no other way to put it. Waylon did eventually return to the CMA Awards on better terms, though, and around a decade after the whole 1975 debacle, Waylon got back on stage in 1984 for a full-length, of course, performance of debuting his song America. If he had ever had any bad blood between Waylon and the CMA Awards, you'd never know. This is evidence many times over history in his storied legendary career. You just don't mess with Waylon, and if you did, there was hell to pay, and usually it was very much deserved. If you've never seen the 1975 Entertainer of the Year Award acceptance speech, you're in for a real treat. Look it up on YouTube. God bless Waylon Jennings. I love Waylon, man. His stories, for one. This ain't exactly him telling the stories, but I just love his attitude. I really do. And I just think, you push somebody too far, and sooner or later they're going to push back. But if you push Waylon, he's going to push you back right away. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video. You guys have a great day. God bless you. I'm praying for you.